Hello students, now I'm going to start the next chapter, Param Chakra winner. Okay, this is most important chapter of your class. Already I made one video on this chapter, and today I'm going to make video number 2. Okay, page number 27 and 26 already I have discussed in my previous video. This is moral science. Try to understand the concept of this story. Okay. This is the concept of your story. Try to understand it. The Paramit Chakra, we know well as Sekhon. Sekhon was an extraordinary man. Uh, he was very curious. He was very brave man. He he fought many battle in his life, and this type of things I have discussed in my previous video. And in this video, I will discuss next part. Try to see the video, then you can understand it very well. Okay. So try to understand it. Sekhon swore under his breath something had to be done and fast, but how would he ever cover the 300 meter to his grenade without being sprayed with bullet? Okay, it was very extraordinary work for him, but he did it. Praying fervently, the pilot bravely dashed across grassy path, then covering beneath with the wings of his aircraft was Sarban Singh. Who was on that place? Sarban Singh. Okay, the mechanic. Everything okay. He told that everything okay on that place. Second asked, climbing up the ladder. Okay. Sarban nodded, stammering, but sir, you cannot take off. You cannot fight them alone. You are alone, sir. How will you fight with them? It was very extraordinary work for him. His junior was asking him. Second, with one leg already in the cockpit. Okay, one leg was already damaged. Looked over his soldier. Can't. He shouted above the din. Okay, he's crying. He was shouting loudly. Can't it? I never learned such a word. He was a very brave man. That's why he's told that I never learned such a word. I will do only. Okay. Working against time, he revived up the engine as the sabres flashed past again, leaving devastating in their wake. He undertook a quick check of the grenades' various systems. Suddenly, he two grenades parked on his left burst into flames, and servants struck by serpent, jerked forward spasmodically. Hurry, Sherman, hurry! Yes, I control tower. This is 101 questioning functionality. They were talking with each other through this satellite. Okay, clutching his teeth against the pain with a bloody hand. He was fighting and fighting continuously. That's why he was bloodied. Okay, servant lowered the canopy and gave the thumbs up. Gave the thumbs up signal, raising a trembling hand. He saluted and toppled off the ladder. On that moment, Sekhon, casting a quick glance at his faithful mechanic, saw him speed eagle on the ground. On that moment, okay, someone lowered the canopy. Okay, after lowering the canopy, raising trembling hand. Okay, his hand was in this way traveling. He saluted and toppled off the ladder. After that, 10877, 108, are you receiving me? They were talking with each other, cracking the control tower. All clear. You may take off. All the best. Okay. With a last look at Sherman's corpse, Sekhon wheeled his aircraft in line for a quick takeoff. Above him, vapor trails crisscrossed, forming intricate patterns as the sabres swooped like hawks, their machine guns spitting fire. They had machine guns. They were started to fire, sensing a momentary pull in the troublesome overhead. Sekhon sped down the runway and was Sweetie airborne. Okay, they had airborne, and it was a Sweetie climbing at a steep angle 2000 feet. How much climbing? They were speeding 2000 feet on that moment. He left all up and began looking for the zebras. Sekhon saw two zebras flying at a tree top high in the direction. In which direction? To taking over behind a cloud. He began trailing the pair, closing it in it. Pilot went into a power drive, opening out of 500 feet. How many five they have opened? Opening 500 feet. The planes did not stand a chance. Taken completely by surprise, they could not react fast enough. The gnat secured direct in his saber and converted the other into the. We know where Sekhon saw sabers flying at a tree top height in the direction of the barrack. On that moment, he went on that place, and the pilot went into a power drive, opening how many feet? 500 feet. After that, I'm going to discuss next page. Try to understand the concept of this story. Okay, try to understand it. Pulling to the left. In which pulling? Left. Second was his adversaries spin to their death. He then turned into a wide arc, hunting for the remaining four sabres while crouching at 660 feet. Previously, already I told you 500 something feet, but here 650 660 feet. A ghastly apparition loomed up in his rear mirror, glancing over his soldiers. Sekhon noticed that three sabers had formed a isosceles triangle behind him. Which type of triangle um, they made? Isosceles triangle. It was the name of triangle. Okay, they had. Now, after that, looked up, he saw the fourth of mere sparks on the horizon. What was the direction? Horizon approaching. The brave Indian was now outnumbered 4-1. Without bearing second, raised his gnat and performing a graceful banquet, placed himself behind the amazed enemy, who sparely banked to the right in a bid of outmaneuvers him. By now, the anti-aircraft guns had taken over, and the sky was filled with pokes to flag. Making use of this timely diversion to the advantage, second coming down to the 250 pumps to the bullets into the two sabres above and ahead him. As one of the enemy planes disintegrated in the mid-air, the other reeled away and rushed to join its comrades at the other end of the aircraft, traveling smoke from this. It means what? Try to understand the para one by one. Without warning, how much? Without 1 second, raised his gnat, performing graceful banquet. It was the extraordinary work of him. And second coming down to 250 feet, pump bullets into two sabres. Okay, which bullets? Pump bullets. Okay, and as one of the enemy, they had on that place there was many enemy. One of the enemy plans disintegrated in the mid-air. The other reeled away and rushed to join its comrades at the other end of the airplanes. In this way, they planned it. After that, flying in a five formation, the enemy immediately launched a determined counter-attack, holding his position. They started to counter-attack. Okay, who? The enemy. Sekhon waited till they came with range. Sekhon was waiting for the attack. Okay, his 30 mm Aden cannons release leather tongue of flames. Which type of tongues? Leather tongue of flames. Each tracer homing in on the sabers in the center. In which center? Homing in the sabers center. Okay. The, two of the enemy jets breaking formation. There was a formation, they were breaking it. Okay, attacked Sekhon from the side. In which side? From the side. Pepping his pulses, swing aside. Swing aside. Sekhon sped away from the aircraft in a steep climb with the two sabers in to pursuit. He was very clever. That's why he steep climb with the two sabers in hot pursuit. Okay, their crippled companion two lumbering behind. The sabers we are getting within firing range. Okay, pursuing his lips, Sekhon dived to 100 feet and flipping on his back, try to rise up behind the enemy. Okay, in this way, they he was fighting with the enemy, but the maneuverers failed him this time, having already anticipated him. One of the sabers spanning around fired salvo after salvo into the grenade now exposed belly. Which type of what exposed? Belly exposed, totally belly exposed. Okay, fired salvo. Whom fired? To whom? Salvo. Okay, hit badly. The little fighter burst into flames. Looking back, Sekhon saw that the entire tail of his plane was afire below. The tree looked close enough to the touch, bracing himself against the nausing smell of the petrol mingled with the burning cordle. He made a last brave dash towards the marauding sabres guns, spiting tongues of the orange flame. In this way, they were fighting with each other. After that, after fighting, Sekhon saw at the entire tail of this plans was afire. Their plans was afire totally. After that, in next para, realizing that this Indian was not going to give in without a struggle, realizing that this Indian, he was Indian person. Who was Indian person? Param Chakra winner Sekhon was Indian, was not going to give in without a struggle. The enemy returned to deliver the coup de grace. They were bound to deliver, with flames searing his back and heart palpitating vigorously. Sekhon turned and made towards the guns, flying a mere 75 feet off the ground. How many feet? 75 feet from the grounds. Then began one of the most spectacular dogfight in annals of the aerial warfare, with three crippled planes catching a burning fighter at a treetop height. But eventually, the already weakened Sekhon was overcome by the sheer weight of number, closing in the enemy at point blank range, flattered his cockpit. Bullets were dauntless. He flew on, engaging them in a unequal combat. One of the sabres flying in on the left fired at the grenade wings, which burst into the flames and turned off, going into a tight spin. The grenade immediately dropped like a stone. The enemy fired salvo into the flaming mass as it plummeting down. In this way, they were fighting with each other, and they were flying at 75 feet. How many 5 feet? They were flying a meter of 75 feet off the ground. The began one of the most spectacle dogfight. It was the which type of spectacle? Most spectacle dogfights. Okay, and enemy at point blank range. Which range? Blank range is splattered. Okay, and sabers flying to his left and fired at the grenade wing. Whose fire? Whose wing? Grenade wing. Okay, the enemy fired repeatedly salvo into the flaming mass. It plummeting down. In where? In plummeting down. There. This is page number 28. Okay. Now I am going to discuss page number 29. Okay. Try to understand the concept of this story. Okay. Try to understand the concept of this story. Suddenly there was a bright orange flash. Which type of orange flash? Bright orange flash. Okay. Followed by a billow of his thick black smoke. Sekhon had crashed. Already Sekhon has crossed. Who crossed? Sekhon has crossed. The revealed enemy pilots slowly swung round in the homeward direction. In which direction they swung? Homeward directions. Who? Enemy pilots. Okay, but they never got back for our ground. Man picked them up one of the time, thus mourning the heroic death of flying officer Nirmal Jeet Singh Sekhon. What was the full name of Sekhon? Nirmal Jeet Singh Sekhon. Question will be asked in the examination. Question may be asked in the examinations. Alternative question. What was the full name? Then you will write correct. You will choose the correct action. Nirmal Jeet Sekhon. It was the name of full. Okay. Mourning the heroic death. How? Which death? Which type of death? Heroic death. A flying officer. Okay, he was a flying officer. The sublime heroism, supreme gallantry, flying skill, each and everything he had, gallantry, flying skill, and determination displayed by flying officer Sekhon. In two air force tradition, one Parambir Chakra. He was awarded by the great award Parambir Chakra, the highest gallantry award of the country. Okay. It is easy to be brave from a safe distance. It is very easy to be brave from a safe distance, but we know very well it is very easy to brave with a safe distance. Safe distance why? Because we are uh, sitting we are fighting from very far. That's why it is very easy to brave from a safe distance. But a true brave is he who courage to fight from the front. Front side is fighting is the most difficult part. In this video, already I have discussed regarding Parambir Chakra. In next video, I will discuss next chapter. Thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to share and subscribe of this channel. Don't forget to like it.